Hey, what's up, champions, and welcome to Growth Mode, the podcast where Kevin and I hang out and we debate all things business, sales, systems, and the like. I'm a 20-year sales guy, and I'm your host, Donnie Boivin, the CEO and founder of Success Champions. And hanging out with me is Kevin Snow, a sales and automation genius and badass. So that's a different intro than we usually do, but I thought it was more fun to just fucking ad-lib it. So, Kevin, what the fuck are we talking about today?
All right, so today I want to talk about something that you're starting to see a lot of podcast or not podcasts, but blogs and articles about, and that's how to have a work-life balance. But we're not going to talk about how you have one. I want to talk about why that's a fucking lie.
Dude, I love this, man. I can't tell you how sick and exhausted I am of listening to these motherfuckers on, LinkedIn's, Facebook, all these social media platforms are like, you got to find work-life balance. And it's hands down probably the number one post that I get all of these health coaches, these sleep coaches, all these people, they thrash the hell out of me about it is, you got to get work-life balance. Look, if you have a job, right, and you work for somebody else, potentially you can have a work-life balance. You can work your 8 to 5, get off work, go home, spend time with the fucking family, and you work for the weekend. If you're into that miserable lifestyle, groovy, totally cool, nothing wrong with that. But if you run a business and you think that at any point there's a chance of you having some sort of work-life balance, like you're gonna turn off the business mentally and never think about the business, never work on the business, man, you got a rude fucking wake-up call coming.
Well, and in some industries, there is 100% chance that you are going to have a client contact you at 8 o'clock at night or in the middle of your kid's basketball game on the weekend with an emergency that you have to do. And you have to take care of it. The whole idea that, well, I'll take care of that on Monday. No, that's not how it works.
Well, I mean, let's take into account how we launched Success Champions Networking.
Yeah.
So, I mean, literally, the Badass Business Summit had got postponed because of COVID in March of 20. And, so I'm sitting there thinking, holy crap, all these businesses need to do business online and they don't know how to do business online. So we've got to come up with a cool way to help businesses, continue to do business. Well, like you do when you run your business, oftentimes you'll bolt the fuck out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning and you go, that's the fucking idea. If you run a job, you don't do what I did, which was send Kevin a text at about 4:30 in the morning saying, hey, I got an idea. And then at 6:30, when the fucker hadn't replied to me yet, I'm like, what, does this idea suck? And then Kevin replied.
I replied back, hey, fucker, I haven't had my coffee yet. I'm not ready for you.
I think that statement could be universally said from a lot of people. I'm just not ready for you yet today. Right. But that's the thing is as you run a business, you're always going to be thinking about the business. And the reason I want to stop the idea of the work-life balance thing is because so many people put so much fucking pressure on themselves. Kevin and I had a client that we worked together on, and the day I told her work-life balance was a myth, she almost broke down in tears when I told her, because she was running a multi-million-dollar corporation. She had kids, a husband, she was responsible for all these employees and everything else. And she was really beating herself up over the idea that, when she's home with the kids, she's supposed to be with the kids, but she's thinking about the business. Here's what I'll tell you. Is I'm not telling you to not hang out with your family. I'm not telling you to not hang out with your kids, your loved ones, all of that. I'm telling you to quit beating the shit out of yourself when you're watching your kid's baseball game or you're watching your kid's concert or whatever else, and you're thinking about what's the next move in business. It's normal. We all fucking do it. And we're all thinking about that client call coming up.
Yep.
We're all thinking about, that deal, or we're thinking about that project that went south, or we're thinking about finance and the bills, everything else. I'm saying be there in the moment. Just don't kick your own ass mentally thinking that you shouldn't be thinking about the business. It's your livelihood. Of course you're thinking about the business.
And I think that's a key differentiation to make, is that thinking about it, debating things in your head while you have things going on is fine. It's I'm going to sit and be a laptop road warrior and just work on stuff 24/7. You have
Kevin,
to
quit tapping on shit. I can hear you.
Sorry, I'm getting excited. Hand motions matching what I'm talking about. So, but you have to, you have to, you can't just be in front of the computer screen and work. You still have to unplug from that part of the business and go do the family stuff, go do real life, go get out, because you have to practice the self-care, and you have to take care of your mental personality. I don't have the wife and kids and family close by, so I don't have all that. So I tend to work a lot. And you know this, Donnie. I'm on my computer working stuff all the time.
Any single ladies out there or anybody that may be interested, stay away from Kevin. I need him working all the time. Right? I don't need him finding a family or anything like that. So stay a lonely bastard, and that'll keep our company going really, really well.
Thanks. I always knew you cared.
Yeah, totally.
But my point is, you still have to have the happy medium. There are going to be nights that say, I have to work on this, and that's what you focus on. But that's okay. Just like thinking about, I have this meeting tomorrow. I wonder how it's going to go. Here's what I need to be doing. I need to make sure you're doing your checklists in your head while you're at the concert. That's okay too. And not to beat yourself up about the amount of work you're doing or the fact that you're not always right in the moment where you need to be.
Well, sure. And surely if you guys have listened to any of the episodes prior to this, you know that I run a full working farm on top of all of this. So goats, chickens, ducks, geese, the whole 9 yards. And, it's a lot of work to run all that, run the businesses, do all the things that Kevin and I do. But, we still have to spend time. So a couple of tricks that I do, that's not work-life balance. It's respecting my farm. It's respecting my wife. It's taking care of things. Is I have a farm day. So every Thursday by 2:00, I take off and I go work the farm. And we're out cleaning up, repairing barns, repairing fences, doing all the things you do on the farm. And my wife's off that day, so she comes out, and it's our chance to really spend time together.
It's Donnie's date day.
It's Donnie's date day. It kind of is. We should, her and I should add dinner into that. It'd be a really smart thing on my part to do. But and then on the weekends, for the most part, I will get up at 4:00 still in the morning, and I'm working till 9 because that's about the time she starts getting out of bed. And then we'll go work the farm Saturday and Sunday. And then every Saturday night, every Sunday, I'm back to working on the business. So, there's no Saturday and Sunday running a business. There's no days off. You're all in. And, I know there's guys like Tim Ferriss and a lot, and these health coaches that are like, you can run 4-hour work weeks and all that. I promise you, if you look at what the hell Tim Ferriss is doing, he's not working a 4-hour fucking work week. He's just outsourcing a lot of shit like the rest of us do, and getting a lot of things done. And, there's a lot of tricks to that of getting things off your plate and finding other people to do. But the idea that, look, well, better way of putting it, if the words ever come out of your mouth, I'm looking forward to the weekend because I don't have to work, shut your business down, because you obviously hate what the fuck you do. Because Kevin, I guarantee, will vouch for it. We both love what we do. Doesn't mean we don't have stressful fucking days. And there isn't days that we fucking want to punch the shit out of each other, but we're not working to punch a clock on a Friday afternoon and go, yay, the week's over.
I think another key point is the support structure and your family.
I fucking wish I had some support structure. I mean, go ahead.
You have support structure. Your wife is pretty badass, and understanding and making sure they understand what the end game is and what you're working towards and what that means for the family is key. Because I know you've had conversations when you're starting your business with your wife where she's like, well, you better go fucking sell something.
Yeah,
that's so true. And it's because she understood the long game and what you were trying to do and wasn't going to let you quit.
Well, and I think that's key. If you are married, you got to bring the spouse into the business. I'm not saying be a part of the business, but they got to know what the hell's going on. Oftentimes people would ask my wife what I do for a living. She's like, I have no idea. He talks to a lot of fucking people though. But she gets it. She understands where I'm coming from. And oftentimes for me, it's been the fucking anchor, of, getting things done the right way. And by having that additional emotional support, I had to create. I mean, look, she's always backed me up every play, right? She's always, been along for the ride. But, it's a scary endeavor being married to an entrepreneur. Look, we're batshit fucking crazy. And we take stupid risks. We are constantly chasing shiny objects and we're constantly building things out. So you got to keep them up there.
What? And we don't have the nice steady paycheck all the time.
Yeah, no shit.
Like the people that have the job.
Yep. And so my buddy Mike McCalloway said it this way: being married to an entrepreneur is like riding in the passenger seat of a car going 200 miles down the road and there's no steering wheel. And that's what it really feels like. And I've always thought that was a great description because, when you're hanging out with crazy enough people to start their own business, when God love you if you're part of that crowd, it really comes down to they're going to do things that normal people wouldn't do. I mean, I'll always go back to and say successful entrepreneurs are the people that are crazy enough to move past a point where normal people would throw in the fucking towel. And I think that's where you find success is when everybody else would quit, you kept pushing forward and you figured out how to get it done. But guys, that takes a lot of fucking work. It takes a lot of fucking hours to pull off and figure it out because, and it's not going to happen in a 9 to 5. It's going to happen because you're doing the business development activities. You're doing the reach outs and then you're delivering on what the fuck you sell. And that's a lot of it. I mean, there's oftentimes where Kevin will send messages freaking, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. And of course, my ass is in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock because, I need my beauty sleep. Fuck off, Kevin. And
I didn't say a thing.
Yeah, but you were thinking it. I'm up at 4 o'clock and Kevin's sleeping in, but, it works really well in our world as we're working at our best when we're in our best. And, it's going to be long days. It's going to be long hours and it's going to be a lot of work. So for me, this whole episode is really about, I'm just tired of people trying to tell people how they should live their life by finding balance and finding ways to do things. And at the end of the day, it's a myth. It's not going to happen unless you have a regular job. And there's some people have regular jobs that don't have work-life balance. That's a choice, or you absolutely hate what you do. So I think really kind of to sum up this episode, it's really thinking about, having the idea of work-life balance being a myth. Don't beat yourself up if you're thinking about the business while you're watching your kid's baseball game. Be in the moment, spend time with them, get to know them, but bring them in as part of the family or part of the company and let them see what you're doing, let them see what you're building, and so they can better understand why you're spending so many hours and what you're doing, and surround yourself with these other entrepreneurs that get the same philosophy and idea. It'll make life a lot easier. So, as always, guys, if you got any nuggets out of this one, any gems, anything of value, please share this with another person and teach them how to subscribe to the show. Subscribers mean absolutely everything for us, and we appreciate each and every one of you guys for hanging out and listening to us. See ya.